delayed on. That's the.
Welcome. Sit down, roll up, pour up, turn up and tune in. Because you're now watching the Bunch of Bull Network.
What up? What up? What up? Welcome to the world's dopest podcast, the Marley State of Mind podcast. Down here at the Bunch of Bull Studio as per usual. And tonight, I got a special guest in the house with me, El Tigre.
Yeah.
The Tiger himself in the building.
For sure, right.
What's going on with you, brother?
Shit, happy to be here with you, bro. For sure.
I appreciate you coming down to join me, man. I think you're the first athlete I had down here for an interview.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
That's what, I guess I'm an athlete. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'll consider an athlete, right?
For sure.
Motocross is definitely athletic as fuck.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I'm happy to have you down here. I usually like to kick it off by saying how I was introduced to the creative or individual that I have in the room. And for you and I, we both happen to be down at Daily Bread Shop down Refresh.
Yeah.
We both were meeting with Sean. And you got some interesting things going on. We're definitely going to get into. You and Sean been working on. I've been seeing some of the drops you guys have so far. Very dope drops.
Oh, yeah, appreciate it.
And then we connect, we talk. You got a lot of stuff going on for yourself. And I thought the motocross was very interesting, man. It's not a lot of times you see people of color or minorities in the motocross. So I thought that was neat as hell right there in itself.
Yeah, that's hard.
And and I had to have you down here, bro, to tell us about it and hopefully educate us on it too. And you got some other shit going on we're gonna get into. The brew.
Yeah, a lot of shit to talk about.
A lot of shit to talk about, bro. So we're gonna get into it. We ain't gonna waste no time, man. For you, when it came to motocross, bro, like how did you even get into the sport? Like I said, it's not too often you see people that look like us in that type of arena.
Yeah.
What was your introduction into the sport?
I guess around COVID time is when like I was at the crib a lot and needed something to do. So I guess that's how I got into like the racing and stuff. Just getting back as an adult.
Right.
Yeah, shout out to my uncle. He put me on my first bike when I was about 8, 9 years old.
So you didn't start off in the motocross when you were young, but you were riding bikes though.
Yeah, I rode my cousin's bike. His son, he had an 80 Yamaha back in probably like early 2000s. So I was riding that just, but never have enough money to buy my own bike. Moms couldn't get it for me.
Right.
So once I came around like as an adult with a job with money, COVID hit, I was in a crib. I was living in Jersey, so I was like, I'm gonna roll on the trails and bought me a bike, and I bought my first bike again, 2020, I think.
What was that first bike?
As a kid?
No, when you bought the first
Yamaha.
one?
I bought a Yamaha TTR. It was a 240 off the showroom floor in Jersey, and then I rode that for like 4 or 5 months, and then I was like, all right, I'm back.
Yeah.
And then went and got me a big bike, and I got a 450 probably like 6 months later. Big bike, cashed out on a 450, and then it was like, this is what I'm doing for it.
You got the bug for it. You got the passion for it.
Yeah, bro. Just motorcycles in general was cool. Everybody wanted to ride a motorcycle, or a bike or something. Riding bikes in the hood, all that was fun. So took it up, and it's an expensive sport, so that's why it took so long to come back around, because it costs a lot of money to do that.
Yeah, so like what are the expenses that go into it when you're first getting into motocross? Like if someone's watching right now, they're like, that's dope, I want to get into that shit. What are some of the expenses that come with it just starting up?
I think if it depends on what age group. So if it's a kid, you could get those electric Stacy bikes. Those are probably a couple hundred. That's just electric bike that'll just kind of rev up for them.
Like the base, that's like a base model.
You could probably start a kid riding a dirt bike off for a couple hundred, maybe 1,000.
Okay.
But like if you probably teenage to like your adult years, you're gonna have to drop probably like at least 4 bands. You get a used bike on Facebook for like 4, but if you want a brand new bike off the showroom floor, you're gonna pay around 10 to 12. These 24s and 25s for sure.
And like you said, it's just not a cheap sport to get into.
Equipment, a helmet's $600. My helmet was $600-700. Boots $400, $500. It could get crazy, but them is the starting prices. So you got $1,000 right there just to be fully equipped.
Yeah.
Yup. $1,000 for that, and then you gotta have a pickup truck.
Yeah.
So you gotta have a truck or some type of hitch or something. And then you could go to the tracks and then more fees, but
So
pretty
whenever
much
you
it.
got into it, you said you were just doing it for like leisure, just for fun, basically starting out. So when did the competitive portion of it strike up for you?
Yeah, 20, can't even recall, 2021 maybe.
Okay.
That was my first race. And my first race was at the wildest track that the whole motocross community knows as Glen Helen Racetrack. That was the first time I was ever on a track,
Okay.
and it was there, and that was real significant. Like, I finished the weekend racing here, so I do belong.
Right.
I might not be the best, or this was 21. I'm like, I'm trying to compete, but I'm also trying to just enjoy the track because it's sick. Like,
It's a serious
it's
track.
thick. Yeah, it's real hard. Like, ain't nobody just getting on that track and finishing a weekend, but if you ride Glen Helen, man, you know about it. You heard about it. You know where Glen Helen is. That's California. And then once I got that first race out the way, I was like, all right. So I started stacking the dough up and racing in Jersey and raced in New York. And then them was kind of like the practice races up until the big race at the end of the year, which I've been doing that for about 5 years. I'll be on my 5th year this year.
Now when you got in that first race, was you nervous? What was the feeling of that first race?
First race, yeah, I got pictures. I remember the music I was listening to, what I had for breakfast that morning, and I got a football background. I played like up to college football, so
Yeah.
the butterflies, all that. I knew
Like game day, it felt like game day.
it felt like. But I was so like I knew I was good in football, so I really wasn't like, all right, I'm better than most of the people I'm playing.
Right.
But this is like a whole
brand new.
These dudes been doing it for 10, 20 years, and I'm just like, I'm just respecting it, getting in where I fit in, and just putting that time in on the track. Really, that's all it is. You can't lift weights for this. Like,
right.
you can condition everything, but you have to ride the bike that's your training. Like,
right.
There's no other way to do it but ride. So
yeah, so you gotta be in it to be in it.
Yeah, you gotta have a space. You gotta have a truck you gotta go to the track. Like, riding in the streets is great. I enjoyed that too, but it's real dangerous though to be on the street, to be honest. And like,
motocross is dangerous too, right?
Yeah, like dirt bikes, motorcycles in general, but motocross is like, it's kind of wide open rather than having it in the street where there's so many things going on.
Right, it's built for the bike.
Yeah, I spend that much money on my bike. I'm trying to really I'm trying to like crank it up, get it working how it's supposed to be rolling. And yeah. So I just got a new bike recently. I got a new 24 250, my KX 250. I've been riding that out Pines. Shout out to Smoky Pines. It's a track out New Stanton, I believe, or Mount Pleasant.
Okay.
Nice track, about 45 minutes. Real low. 40 minutes, man. You be there right from the city. So I like their track. It's PA got good dirt.
Yeah, for sure.
Funny to say, but we got really good dirt here.
Yeah, no, it's funny. I know some golfers, and they say the same thing about the golf course. It's like really good
because we get a lot of rain, and it's when I raced in Jersey, it was really sandy, all sand. So it was like
being so close to the coast.
Yeah, sand, bro. A lot of sand, and you got to change your bike for that, and you got to get your RPMs. You be able to withstand your tires spinning, so your RPMs is higher. So
and I'm sure the different conditions require different types of tires,
setups, different if you got the money to do so. But a dirt bike's meant to just be beat up. You know what I'm saying? They're meant to get beat up, bro. So just go beat up the dirt. Don't try to keep it clean. Yeah. Like, just go open it up and ride your dirt bike for real.
Yeah. So you do that first race, you get the nerves out. You said you felt like you belonged because you was able to finish.
I finished, and I think I got 21st that year. What they do is it'll.
Out of how many
in the class? It was probably like, so I was in the 25 and over, and in the class was probably about 72 signed up for that gate.
Yeah.
But you gotta think it's a 3-day race, so bike problems. I don't know. Somebody might get sick and can't, or something like that. All that stuff matters. You just have to finish the race each day. Yeah.
Is that how you approached it? Just day by day?
Yeah. Consistency, just being healthy, really, like not overdoing it, like not trying to race, just racing the track, bro. And you'll last and you'll get your points too. Cause luckily out of 72, my first race at one of the illest tracks in the country, I got top 25. And I'm like, damn, that's weird. I couldn't believe it. But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to come back and just rode more and more and more. Hit the trails, get that arm pump going and everything, and just was getting better, honestly.
Now that first race, who introduced you? Who put you on game? How did you get?
My uncle.
Okay.
That had started me out. So we came back
full
around.
circle.
Yeah.
Full circle.
Yeah, he's all in. He been racing since like probably like the 80s for
okay,
sure.
So he's been in it.
Yeah, he been in it.
Yeah.
He done did it all coast to coast.
That's what's up.
Yeah. He put me on, but yeah, the plans for the World Vet, that's what the big race in Cali's called. I usually go to his crib first. He live in Tucson, Arizona, and he lived like in the desert on the border by Mexico. So
he said, "Did you race?" My bad, I ain't mean to cut you off.
You go.
We got Trey Smith in the comments. He said, "Did you race AMA?"
Yeah, I mean, you got to sign up and get an ID card from AMA, but I don't got no pro points.
Okay.
So, like, AMA sanctioned districts, and I was in D2. I was racing in New Jersey, Delaware, New York, and, like, East PA.
Okay.
So, I got 2 races under my belt out there, but I don't got no pro points. I won't be at, they coming to Acrisure for
that's
soon,
right.
So I won't be, I'll just be watching.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
spectator. I ain't a pro at all, by no means. Yeah.
Do you aspire to be a pro?
Nah, I kind of got in too late.
Okay.
So, but my body's beat up from playing football so much that it ain't like really that much of a passion. I guess it's more like a hobby, but I really love it though.
Yeah, it seems like you're passionate about it.
Sure, yeah.
From what I see you doing with it,
Hell
you know what I mean, and the way that you approach it, it definitely seems like you're passionate about it. And you mentioned the conditioning in that first race. It's a 3-day race. Do you think like your athletic background helped you prepare for that?
Yeah.
We spoke about that early on because you was like, I guess it is a sport, right?
Yeah.
Do you think your athletic background helped you in preparing for this?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm kind of beat up from football, but yeah, I go to the gym often. I do my cardio when I can and try to eat healthy. So that, I mean, because you got to, this is 10-hour, 11-hour days. You got to have good energy for that. That's like from morning to the sunset. It's all dirt bikes and dirt, and just like a lot of dirt you're breathing in. We might smoke, fall asleep. So you gotta, it's a fun little method, but I got it down to a science now to like where my eating, my diet and everything is good, and that's what's carrying me along today. My diet is super important. Like I don't need to do too much cardio and all that because I got a machine under me, so it's really working
taking
for
up
me.
Most of the work.
Yeah, like I don't really get too winded, but I get arm pump and I try to prepare for the arm pump really. That's the everybody know that's the number one, man. That pump you can't ride about. It's just locked arms and it just get crazy.
So your grip strength probably got to be
grip. Yeah, a lot of like forearm curl. You gotta. It's all forearms for me. I think at that point, but I'm such a big person though.
Right.
Everybody that I'm racing around with, they're all
smaller
like
guys.
150, 160. I'm 230, 6'3". Like I'm a bigger dude, so. I got to rebuild all my bikes because the stocks is only set for like 150, 160 guys. So
are you mechanical?
I start working on all my bikes because when I started, I was getting a race prep package. It was like $1,000 every time. I'm like, man, like if you know the breakdown of what you need to fix your bikes, you got to start working on your bikes at some point. And I got 2 now, so
maintenance is, I'm sure, key.
Every time I take it out, I'm doing something.
Yeah,
buying parts. Like I just got the new 250. I had to put a new spring on it. That joint was like $150, $160 just for the spring.
Right.
And I got to get caught. I got to build it up to hold my weight.
Right.
So, because
like you said, it's not used to dudes your size being on bikes like that.
Nah, it's a performance bike too, so it needs to It needs to be under the right spec to like operate,
do everything you need
efficiently.
To
do. Yeah.
Now, you said that first race was a 3-day race. Were you like mentally prepared for what it was going to take? Did you have any idea of what type of gruel, what type of grind that was going to be?
Not the first one, but I learned very quick after that practice.
Yeah.
The first practice, I couldn't believe it. I think practice be the illest because it's like 2 big groups. So it's everybody that's racing that weekend in 2 groups.
Right.
So it'd be like 100 bikes out on the track at one time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn. some of them boys is flying, some people chilling,
Yeah.
people's crashing in the practice. It's like it's real sick. You got to really be attentive and
You gotta be
and
focused.
you got to know if you're pushing, then stay in your lane. Don't trip over. You know, just play it safe. And I give people the benefit of the doubt. So go ahead. You know, and that's how I stayed up and stayed healthy, so I could finish the weekend. Like if somebody's moving super fast, I'm not. Like you know what I mean? Like
You
I
gonna let
know
them
how,
have it,
yeah, like you got it. I'm not really here to prove nothing, but I'm just here to have fun and not get hurt.
Yeah.
Because I gotta go to work
The next
Monday.
day. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not that deep for me, but you know, I'm prepared for it because it's a motorcycle, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Now you say at this point you got it. You're mechanical. Now at first were you mechanical, or is that something that you had to get into?
I had to get into that.
Yeah.
YouTube.
YouTube.
COVID. I
Yeah.
started learning how to build. I was buying RC cars first, so I had like they were pretty pricey, but I was crashing them all the time. So I'm putting
Rebuilding
batteries and wheels and all that. I'm like, all right. Then I got the dirt bike, and once that bill come, I take it to one of the mechanics around there. It's like $800, $1,200. I'm like, what?
Can't keep doing this.
I can't even keep track of what y'all doing. So
Right.
I look up what I need, and it'd be like 80% less, man.
Yeah.
I ain't paying for it. I'm doing it myself, and then that's why I started YouTube, to wear the GoPro, work on my bike, and do all that just to help out everybody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as you started to get into it, you said you started doing some more races. You did a lot of East Coast runs, things like that. Is there a difference from region to region, like in the way that you got to prepare, like when you're racing in Cali as opposed to racing in Jersey? Is it different preparation that goes into those races?
Yeah, it's the same, but the only thing might be your physical setup for your bike might be different, but the mental stays still the same. It's
Right.
you know, I found I was competing a lot better in Jersey than Cali, and it made sense because we was down for the winter, so we don't have like 4 months to ride, and the
Right.
dudes in Cali are riding
All
all
year
year
round, yeah.
so they're never taking a break. So
It's probably like that for the South too,
yeah,
right?
yeah, rainy. You know, you don't really want to ride on a track when it's raining. It's cool, but it's not safe. It's not always fun.
Right.
I like riding in mud too, but not when it's pouring rain. If it already rained and was muddy, cool. But the rain just flying, hitting
While
you.
it's active, it ain't no good.
Yeah. I like to keep my hands on the bike. I can't be wiping my goggles or that.
Yeah, no, for sure. What Trey say? I did a record at Loretta Lynn's.
Loretta Lynn's. Okay, yeah, that's a big track right there. I don't know where that's at, but big track.
You've heard of it?
Yeah, I watched a lot of them races. Yeah,
Yeah,
Loretta Lynn's is where they make them. Yeah,
that's what's up, man.
they do a lot of the junior pro stuff there. So before they turn pro, that's like the big one. Yeah, shout out to you, man.
Yeah, shout out to everybody watching right now, man. And this is one of the things I love about this, especially when I get someone like yourself up here doing something different. You see, you got people engaging and stuff.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I mean? And you never know what you know what I mean. You never know who you might inspire. Somebody might see this and be like, damn, I ain't even consider.
And too, like if you got a bike, just hear me out. I fix bikes too. I know how to work with, 2 strokes, 4 strokes.
Yeah, while we on that, why don't you tell the people how to get a hold of you if they want to follow you on social media and see your grind?
We'll tag it too. It's at ChillinTG, one word. And then the YouTube is Tigre MX. So yeah, we'll post all that too. We got merch, YouTube, and we got the dates for the races coming up.
Yeah.
We got drops with Daily Bread for sure. We got a Popup April 26th with them. Launching my beer. Collab.
Don't give up all the game. We're gonna get there. Don't
Oh
give
yeah,
up all
that's
the game.
shit.
Don't give up all
we
the
got
game,
a lot
bro.
more, but yeah, for sure. So
no, we're gonna
tap
get there.
in, man.
For
We
sure.
got a lot of stuff going on.
So now you say you got the YouTube channel, right?
YouTube, yeah.
And you've been filming a lot. What got you into the YouTube portion of it, doing the promo runs and things like that? What made you get that idea in mind to start doing that?
Just I think like I just need a document of what I'm doing to keep track of. Like, oh, I fixed my bike, and it should be looking cool when I record it. So I'm like, all right, that's like content almost.
Yeah.
But I made like a diary of fixing my bike. So I got like reading for me. I could read, but it's like I gotta keep looking over. Like I would rather have a video plan of me doing this. I'll fast forward it or something, and that helps me.
You find it to be more convenient.
Yeah,
for sure.
I put my iPad on with the music and just let it roll. Like, but I watch YouTube a lot, and I'm like, man, yeah, that helps me when they post. videos of how to fix and all kind of stuff. I watch all that. That's how I got the skills to fix my bike
That's what's
from
up. So
YouTube.
you seen
Yeah.
there was a need for it. You're like, damn,
I
I
need.
utilize this
Yeah.
myself. So
Yeah.
if I can help someone else along the way
Yeah.
to do the same thing I'm doing and utilize, get them some tips and tricks, then fuck it, let me go ahead and do
Yeah.
that.
Let's make it easy for y'all, and then let's make it look like somebody we know. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, to be honest, like, all right, bet I know him, man. It's cool to do that. It's all right.
Right.
It's not like frowned upon, or there's no certain colors that got, it ain't none of that. It's really a bike. Like, everybody riding the same colors at the track. Trust me. The teams is the bikes. To me, like, that's who I'm linking up. Like, you got a car, we cool. Like, we chop it up at the track all the time with people with bikes. Like, how you work on this. I ask questions. How what'd you do to put that pipe on, or what pipe should I run, or something like that.
That's a good point. What's the
Yeah.
community like within the biking
Man,
community?
they cool as hell, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they cool.
They be
Everybody
gatekeepers. You got gatekeepers
yeah,
and people who don't want to give up game.
I don't know. I
You
don't
ain't
know.
encounter that.
No, I did, but I think it's too big of a community to just like. I don't know.
Gatekeeping.
Yeah, they don't want to cross over to do like more fashion, like more stuff. They could do more stuff, but I guess they want to keep it. Which, I mean, they built it. Whatever, you do what you want, but.
Yeah.
Now that I'm here, like, I'm an outlet for anybody that want to do it with me. Like I said, I'll have more bikes coming. My little brother ride. Oh, we got it all. We got trails right out by my mom's house, right out there.
Yeah, I got to meet your little brother at the shop.
Yeah, brought him through. It's my boy.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Do you love to see that? See him getting into the getting into biking and shit like that?
Yeah, for sure.
Because I'm sure you probably wish somebody. I mean, well, you said your uncle was that.
yeah.
What was that for you?
Yeah.
Like,
At the beginning, yeah.
Yeah. And now you can kind of put him on game. He said he plays sports too.
Yeah, he played football. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. No, I love to see that. And like you said, you know what I mean, to see somebody that looks like you, it kind of makes it connect a little bit more, right? Like, damn, this shit ain't no, you know what I mean, this is some cool shit for real. This is some dope
different
shit. Yeah.
And you don't see enough of it. And then yeah, I gotta doing classes for kids and stuff. Like, come on. Yeah, come here, 1 hour class. We could go to the high schools I used to go to or whatever, see if they want to do it. But show you how to fix a bike. Like, we bring a bike and we'll fix a new part each week, and just show you how to change your wheels. How to maybe it might want to bring kids into it, and then they can figure out a way to get some money to buy their own bike.
Yeah, and it's practical too, right? Because if you got a bike, you might not always be afford to take it to the mechanic.
Exactly, and
you might not always afford to be able to do. You know what I mean? If you could do it yourself, you could save.
Do it yourself.
You said you saved yourself 80% of the cost.
80%.
Just by doing it yourself.
Cheap parts is fairly cheap depending on what part of the bike you need. Like, if you need to buy something, they're not. My bills typically from like motorsport and ATV is typically like $200. Like, and that's a lot. I get a oil change and everything, and I bought tools, like all kind of stuff. $200. Like, keep you fresh. You could get, a lot of oil. You get your oil, your filters and all that. You get some handle T-bars. You could get all kind of stuff for about $200. So stop playing. Y'all be all right.
Yeah, so the startup costs, like if you're not racing, it's not crazy.
I think the hardest part is just getting a bike. Like, most people can't afford yeah. Like, a brand new bike that's fresh off the line can be sold for like 10 to 12 at one of your little motorsport dealerships.
Okay.
So that's a lot of money. You can finance it, but it would just be stupid because this bike is you're just bombing it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's gonna serve the same purpose at the end of the day.
Yeah, you're bombing it at some point, so many hours, it's gonna need rebuilt. Like, but you should know that before you buy that bike. Like, all right, you have to rebuild the engine, but if you learn how to do it yourself, like I said, that's kind of tricky, but it could be done, for sure. So I understand the cost and everything, but yeah, if you could get the parts, you could find parts and just put your dirt bike together. It might be funny looking, but you could, that's how you start. That's how you start. You know what I'm saying? For real. Yeah.
Now, I know you want to talk about the upcoming motocross season.
Yeah.
What we got coming up for this motocross?
We got I think the first weekend in May, we got a race out Smoky Pines. I'm racing out Smoky Pines track. That's typically like every 2 or 3 weekends. So that's
pretty frequently.
Yeah. So we'll see, depending on how everything plays, my everything, my daily life, bikes running.
Right.
So we'll try to do Smoky Pines. And what was the other one? Pleasure Valley, I think, was out by IUP or Indiana County
Okay,
out
yeah, for
there.
sure.
So I'll be at them 2 tracks. I'll be at Butler. I'll catch one of their outdoors. It's called Switchback. I like their track. Shout out to them. Um, and these are all like about an hour roughly out.
Yeah.
The Smoky Pines is the closest one though. That's like just past like Irwin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you got into the seasons here. What has it been like transitioning from like Jersey to back on the Pittsburgh scene? Like what has the difference been you seen from one community to the other, or is it pretty similar?
From Jersey, nah, Jersey's totally different than Pittsburgh for sure. Philly's different. They're same state but different universe, man.
Yeah.
Like I just moved back from Philly probably like what, December? So I just got back here and I was living out there for like 5 years. So
Okay.
I lived in Jersey for 3 and then Philly for 2.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely like, my mind's
Tapped in.
still from like 2019 before COVID. So that's when I left out of here. But it's cool to be back and then just bringing this back too, because that's where it started out in Jersey. I forgot. I think his name is Camden Rod. Shout out to him, man. He cool as hell. He I seen him blow past me one day, and I was on the Jersey Turnpike, I believe, going home, and he had a shirt on, and it had his Instagram. So I had followed him. I had tried to show him so he pulling up. I tried to show him a picture on my phone of my bike while I was driving.
Yeah.
And he's probably seen it, but I don't know.
You
I
don't
never
think he
heard
did?
from him.
Yeah.
And then I found him, and then that's how I seen when they was riding in Jersey. I did one ride out in Jersey with them, and they went from we went from Camden up to like Central Jersey and then back down the turnpike, crossed over the Ben Franklin Bridge into Philly, did Philly. I ran out of gas and I was like, damn, so I had to go get gas and then just peeled out.
Okay.
Crossing that bridge was sketchy though.
Why is that?
Because they got the tolls and they got the arms and they just flooding through. It's like 30, 40 people and on bikes and they just sliver, like, you know how much space that is? It's like this big.
Yeah, it ain't much space. Yeah.
And some was getting low. I'm like, so I had the 450 out too, the big boy.
Big boy, yeah.
Big boy. Barking up and down there. I'm like, God, I'm tired.
No, man. No, and like I said, the thing I think is neat about it, because to me it's all new. Like I'm familiar with it, but not like familiar. You know what I mean? Like not really ingrained with it. And that's the thing that's interesting about it to me is like to learn the ins and outs, to hear about the community because it's so similar. You know what I mean? I usually interview music artists, creatives like that. But this space sounds very similar. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
same. Yep.
like networking's important, I'm sure, right?
Networking, yeah. Sponsors and everything.
Sponsors.
Yeah, we could chat about sponsors and everything. That's what you're gonna need if you want to raise sponsors. Yeah. It's like any other sport, really.
How do you get into sponsors? How do you find sponsors?
The best way, honestly, for me was to look them up, look up 10 of them, look up best places to eat, where you at, and figure out, get on foot, walk into them businesses. I've talked to pizza shops. I've talked to detailing shops. I've talked to, who else? Stores in the mall, everywhere. I done work with like probably 30 different sponsors.
That's fine.
And I figured out a way to build and to like help everybody make money.
Right.
Because it costs money to make money.
Right.
I'm putting in a lot, so I need support in a
It's give and take.
it's good. It's it's all business though. Like it's all, I'm helping you for sure. I'm pushing you.
It's mutually beneficial.
I'm pushing you. Yeah, 100%. I'm pushing you. I got you tagged up somewhere on the jersey or the bike. You're gonna go. We're gonna get you some logo placement because that's important to know who's backing you too. Help them out. Help them companies. And right now, rocking with who's my sponsors this year? Daily Bread Band. For what? Now we started last year, so still rolling.
Yeah.
Daily Bread, big sponsor. I usually have the pop-ups there. Sean, shout out to Sean, J Hawk.
Sean, yeah.
And
BJ.
Yeah. And we'll be there April 26th. Make sure y'all pull up there, man.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. So you got the pop-up that you're hosting down at the Refresh Shop, Daily Bread.
Yeah.
What's that going to consist of?
I'm gonna have a new bike build on display. I had one last year. I had the 450 stacked up in the store, so you could just look at it, touch it, feel how it, like see the size of it.
Right.
Because people don't know, like pictures that I post and everything.
Don't do it no justice.
Nah, because I don't look like I'm big as hell. So the bike is
Looks
really big. It looks small, but it's
right.
big as hell. Like it's
Right.
a big ass bike. Pretty sure it's funny.
You think that's the biggest misconception? People think
Yeah,
it's smaller than what it is.
it be that, and people don't know about ruts. People don't know.
Put me on.
Ruts, man. When you see them ruts, you going know. You gonna know if you riding a track or the track ran you. When you see one of them ruts, the ruts is just like the track's getting dug out. It might be a little wet. It's just getting dug out at this turn all day. It's just, and when you get to it at the end of the day, like your late race. It's just this big crater in the ground, bro. And you gotta like squeeze your bike wheels in it. You gotta.
It's basically a pothole.
People don't know about that. My boys think they could just get on and do laps. I'm telling you, when you run into them ruts, you gonna be stuck.
Then you find out who's
yeah, you gonna get scared.
Yeah.
Ruts and then the jumps, singles.
How do you approach the ruts? Do you avoid them or do you?
Nah, you get up in them. The fast lane, I'm trying to get quick because I don't want much time in them. I want to get out of them quick as I can. You know, you figure that out as the track change though.
Right.
Like throughout the day, it might rain or something. So now new ruts is getting formed. They might be on the left. You never really know. Cali was just like real dry.
Mm-hmm.
Cali
so
dirt,
you probably didn't get as
no
many
rain.
ruts. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it got rutted for sure. They was watering it though. They had a water truck.
Okay.
So they kept watering the part where there was palm trees there and it's shadowed all day.
Mm-hmm.
So that was
it stays moist, right?
Yeah, it was wet down there. The sun wasn't hitting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was scary.
So now with the sponsors, they really help keep the thing moving, right?
Yeah.
Like that's for the racers, that's how you guys really.
Yeah, and at this point, since I've been doing it for a minute, like at first it was important that I collect funds to help book the flight, help get the bike ready, stuff like that, get the decals and all that, because I'm doing that myself. But now, like I'm at a spot where I'm all right now. Like I could handle everything on my bike. And if we want to do decals or something, like I'll take care of it, or
Right.
you know, we'll work something out, merch and stuff. I wear a lot of clothes when I'm riding, so
It's a good opportunity for you to promote the sponsors when you're riding.
easy. And then I'm always filming and stuff, so why not? It's just promo for everybody, really.
Yeah.
And the shit be cool, man. I got the El Tigre tee on.
Yeah, I seen that.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
We down there sold out of these, but
Yeah.
I got a little salsa from the game on there. But yeah, I love these shirts, man. This is me in out in Arizona. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, so we started talking about the pop-up on the 26th. That's April 26th. You got the pop-up down at the Refresh Daily Bread shop. You said you're going to have the bike on display. And also you got the brew. You got the beer you're doing, right?
Yeah, shout out to Marcus, man. That's my boy, man.
Are you going to have the beer on display at the pop-up?
Yeah, we're
well?
going to, first pours is going out, man. El Tigre Race Brew.
Y'all Tell us about that, man. How'd that come about? That's a smart play.
Yeah, man. That's my boy Marcus Wyatt, man. He had a Wendy Bridges Brew. Yup, that's my dog. He from Chicago, but he live here now for a couple years. And
how'd you link up with him?
Doing what I just told you, walking up the businesses and reaching out to 10 to 12 breweries a day, trying to sort out who could help and who want to join and get on board. I talked to Marcus. He was at my last event last year, and he was like, "Let's do it." He had it. He pulled up. He brought like 2 corny kegs. I think they about like 10 gallons each or something. I don't know what they is. They might be less.
They're big as hell.
Yeah, he had a cooler. He had a little rig and everything hooked up. We was pouring beer on the sidewalk. It was the nicest day. It was like October.
like it was meant to be type
shit. It was late October. It should be cold. It was like beautiful. It was like 65. We got beer.
Yeah.
We was just sipping beer all day, chilling. It was a vibe. It was cool.
Now you a big beer drinker?
I kind of, but it seemed to make me sleepy nowadays.
Yeah.
Like I get real sleepy when I drink beer, so I don't really be drinking much. I be too busy.
Yeah, I feel you.
Maybe like some type of event I might, but
how did you get to figure out what you wanted your brew to taste like?
What was
that process like, bro? What was it like building that?
Well, I kind of knew what I wanted. He said he had a recipe for something, and basically we did that one. He had a recipe for I ain't gonna tell them the flavor,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
y'all see on the 26th. But I knew what I liked to drink, and I knew I wanted it to be kind of different. So it's
So this
that.
one, this one's a little bit different than your traditional beers.
No, it's about right where I drink. The process was I had to basically sort through some hops.
Okay.
So I sorted through hops, and I was like, all right, I picked about, such and such,
Yeah.
and then that was my beer right there.
Did you get to see the process of them brewing it?
We did it, yeah, we did it a couple weekends ago. It's fermenting right now. I think 3 weeks, so
Yeah.
it's building. You know what?
Yeah.
And it's getting the colors changed and everything. I seen the color. It's real cool. It's different. We also got a light beer, like a crisp one. So
Okay.
it's like your regular, crisp white lager.
Yeah.
Easier, regular.
Like a Miller light.
Yeah,
type
something
shit.
like that. Yeah, yeah. We got
Gotcha.
one of those too, and we'll have them canned products, and you know, yeah, we'll have them for.
Do you plan on having those in stores or in breweries?
Nah, this is kind of we'll kind of keep it to
Just
whoever
some promo.
Yeah, if you come and see it, it's great because you probably won't see this again. But
Okay.
this is a good product because I actually was there to do it with him.
You were
And
hands on.
yeah, I was hands on the whole day. I think took us about 7 hours, 8 hours. We was on a Sunday and we did it. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
We
man.
was chopping it up, driving, and yeah, that one's gonna be ready right around that date too. So it's gonna
Around
be
the
like,
time for the pop up.
yeah. So and we got the beer cans design and everything, and
Were you a
those will
part
be
of that
cool.
process too?
Yeah, I did those ones myself. Yeah, so they're designed by me for sure.
Yeah, it seems
100%.
like you're into whatever you're doing. You got to be hands
Hands
on
on,
with
yeah.
it.
Man, next year will be my 10-year anniversary that I've been having a business. So I've been that way, and I'm very particular. And people just be too busy to be doing. You know what I mean? Like I can't make you or ask you to do all this because I'm
They're not gonna
that.
have the same passion about your
Yeah,
stuff
and
as you do.
I
Yeah,
learned that, bro. I just kind of like lay it out so you can hear it
yeah,
if you want to hop in and get in on this, but I gotta do it.
yeah.
That's
You
my
ain't trying to wait
baby.
for nobody.
Nah, I can't.
Yeah,
I can't really depend on too many people, but that's why working with the sponsors is cool because they already are in the flow of having structure that will help me and help them too. So
they're
you
about their
know,
business.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Just trying to do it the right way.
Now with the
Yeah,
merch run that you collab with Daily
yeah,
Bread
man.
on, how did that come about? What made you think about linking with them and doing it?
Yeah, yeah, Sean. I wanted Sean to work on some stuff with me. So we talked because when I initially had the party there, I already designed the merch myself. So he was like, that's fire, bro. We need to, that's how that idea came. I'm like, bet, just knock it out, because I left the print company they was in Philly. They was real good though. I rocked with
Okay,
them. They had designers down there. I can't recall if you're in Philly. There's a spot. It's like bananas. It's like Top Banana or Banana Top, and
shout
they're
out to them,
excellent.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're cool. They got my work done in like less than 2 weeks. I was in a hurry too before the flight because I had to take the merch to Cali with
right,
me. So I
right.
had to. They got it done though for sure.
That probably helps you recoup a lot of the money too for the races, right? The
Yeah,
merch.
yeah, the merch for sure. The merch helps, man. Just don't bear with me because that really goes a long way into my race career, and you really all that money spent with me over them years really goes into the purpose that I'm doing.
You
I'm
invest back into the
Yeah,
business.
like this is what I'm on display. I want y'all to come see it, man, because it ain't nothing like what you expect. Everybody just comes and be like, wow.
What do
I
you
ain't.
what do you think people expect versus what it really is?
People expect it's just like some trail ride and just putting along, but it's really intense though. Like it's really, you might see some pros coming up out of them tracks. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They're really good as heck, man.
yeah.
They really some shit out there. Cali boys, like I've seen some pros. They rode the track that I was on out there, so like I've seen the pros practicing there, just throwing it up. I'm like, damn, they're very good.
That brings up a good point, right? So you,
Yeah.
you got to see pros and you ride with a lot of amateurs, right?
Mm.
What's the difference between like a pro and an amateur as far as like just skill level? Like if somebody
That's
just
a
getting
good
into
question.
it for the at first versus like the worst of the pros.
Man,
Like what's the separation
the set
between those two?
like the funny stuff you see on Instagram, like I don't if it come across your feed or something, you'll see like it's funny memes and just like hurting yourself, like not right and getting hurt and never want to do it again. And I understand that, but
Did you go through that?
um, did I? Nah, I don't. But Glenn Helen humbled me quick. I've crashed like a lot of times.
That's a part
Don't get
of
me
it,
wrong.
right?
I've crashed a lot of times, but like I know from playing football, I play receiver, but it's a funny thing. I knew how to fall. I was a big possession receiver, so I would catch it and fall
Yeah, you're
real
prepared
good.
to fall. Yeah,
So these falls and crashes, like I'm prepared to tuck and
and the
roll.
equipment's similar, right, to football
Yeah,
equipment? Because
essentially,
you
but
get
you ain't got no pads on your shoulders, so it's a lot of collarbone injuries in there. So it's a lot of shoulders you're hitting hard. It just depends on how high you're coming out of the air. Like if you're just flying and you're off your bike and you fall, yeah, you're gonna break something. And it'd be a lot of that, and people never ride a dirt bike again after they break something. Like they'll never do it again. They'll sell it and be done with it. Yeah. So I understand. Like I respect the bike and respect it. Like I'll fly around, but there's laps where I'm just like, oh, I gotta roll these rollers because I can't jump them. My arms is cooked, you know. I won't push it to that limit where I might in Cali. I have done it once for sure. I pushed it to the limits and got real scared.
Now with the pros though, they make it look easy.
Yeah, they make it look. They don't do it no justice how hard that shit is.
Really
like
is,
man, I be like that shit is tough. Jumping high like that with this hot heavy bike, man.
And that's the thing. It probably does get like real hot too
Hot.
under that equipment with all them engines running close together.
And and that's why your bike gotta be right because you gotta have coolant for your radiator, or you gotta have a wind cool. You gotta have it set up right. Your bike could overheat, start smoking. I seen somebody have a radiator cap bust open and start spraying hot. Like that's dangerous, bro.
Yeah.
Your bike blow up. So you gotta be mechanically sound on your bike, and then just make sure you wear all your gear. Like don't skip anything. Go pay that. You know, pay that bread. Don't try to cut corners on your helmet. Man.
Yeah.
Get your boots.
Yeah.
Get your helmet, and you be good. Yeah.
Now, someone watching right now, and they're listening to us, and they're interested in getting started, right?
Mm-hmm.
What will be the tips? What will be the things you tell them that they need to do to get started? What will be from step 1 to step Z?
Step 1, I say get you about $4,000 or $5,000.
Okay.
Get that cash money. Go shop on Facebook. Get you, do your research on YouTube. See what bike you want. Look at what you should be looking at. You don't need a brand new bike. I'll tell you that. You don't need to cash out on a brand new bike. Engine is going to run if it's taken care of. You got low hours on it. Get you a bike with some 20 hours. That's cool. Maybe a little less, and learn to fix your bike. Do rebuilds, do stuff like that. Because the bike Yamaha selling right now is the same exact bike build as the 1999. They ain't changed a single thing. It's just new plastic.
So you can get a 1999 and
man, you get it would be the same bike.
Yeah,
they build the same engine, same everything. They just changed the look of it. That's it. It's the same stem of a bike for almost.
It's probably a lot of fucking up that goes in the process too, right?
Yeah. I mean, 2-strokes are good bikes. They're easy to maintain, but they're just making so many 4-strokes. It's like flooding.
Yeah.
So 4-stroke is pretty much your way to go if you're trying to race and compete, but 2-strokes is really like the vintage love. Like that's like the old school car, the lower. You know what I mean? Like them Impalas. That's a special.
Yeah, like somebody got an old school.
That's special. So I get it. I would like to have a 2-stroke at some point. They're just the louder ones.
Right.
Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah. Hell yeah, bro. So we definitely tackled the April 26th. We're doing the pop-up. The beer collab.
Beer will be out. We'll be pouring that, and we'll have cans too.
You're gonna have cans to take with you. Okay, definitely gonna get one of them
for sure.
Now the Pittsburgh creative community. I know you wanted to touch on that a little bit.
Yeah, man. I know. Shout out to your boy John Geiger had a pop-up today. It was cool. It was real packed. I couldn't grab a hat. I was hot.
Yeah.
But shout out to him for doing it. Basically, like I don't know if because I left and came back, I'm just not like in the mix no more. But
Right.
that's, you know, I'm doing my own thing,
Yeah.
and I just want people to collab more.
Yeah.
You gotta get with another brand, even if it's only one other brand. Do something with them.
Do you think
Get your market cross with their
you think
market.
it's not enough of that going on right now?
Nah, and I've seen it because my market was New York, New Jersey, and Philly for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's where I was doing my business, New York. I seen how everything, the underground stuff, and the big corps
The
was even working.
mainstream,
The
yeah.
big corporations do the same thing. You know, they just got more money to play with,
Mm-hmm.
so it's they could get the celebrities and everything. But collab with the local brands. Like if you know, if you got a business, just I don't know, just get with people. That'll help. That'll just help kind of build.
Why do you think people aren't connecting more? Why do you think they aren't?
I don't know. Even when I back in the day when we was coming up doing our thing, it just was like I don't know. It was never togetherness, you know. It just was. It was always do your own thing, which is great, but you gotta just kind of
You
build.
think people see it as like a weakness to try to need someone else?
No, I don't think that. I don't. Maybe some, but I don't think
You
that.
don't think that's what's keeping them
No,
apart?
I just think everybody's just for themselves, and I get it. We get older, we got our own stuff going on, but
Yeah.
I don't
No,
know.
you're right though,
Go
bro.
ahead.
That's the thing about it. Like, if you're working with someone else, like you can still be about yourself, but you can also benefit someone else along the way.
Yeah, man. It's better. It's just more eyes to your purpose. Like
Right.
it's just more eyes. What's wrong with that? What's going to hurt you?
Right.
Just bring both markets together. That's why Daily Bread's cool. They got a great market. They've been in. You know, it's funny. I used to hear and see stuff about them when I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we just now meeting not too long ago, like a year ago.
Yeah.
And you know, it's cool. We got a lot of the same circle. And
Yeah.
Marcus is new coming in to back to Pittsburgh and doing his thing. It's like new friends and stuff as an adult, as a little bit older, but business relationships, and then we're all cool as heck.
Right.
I've spent a lot of time with both of them, working with them, doing a lot of stuff. So
Yeah, no, for sure, man. Shout out Daily
Yeah.
Bread, man. Make sure y'all check out the episode with Sean Devon that I did, co-owner of Daily Bread, man, and he talks about some of this. But yeah, man, shout out to them boys, and I appreciate the fact that they don't mind doing just what you said, working within the creative community.
That's cool.
They're always supporting the creative community from hip hop to the motocross to the I mean whatever they can. They're always willing to open up their doors. So shout out to them boys, man,
Shout out.
for sure. Now, what can we expect coming up? I know we got the season. You already talked about
race
that.
season's coming up.
We're gonna
More
do the
content
pop-up.
for YouTube. The pop-ups
Yeah, the
coming.
content, yeah.
Yeah, YouTube is booming. I just uploaded Smoky Pines probably a couple days ago, last week. Did that. Whatever track I'm riding, I'm locking the GoPro on, and y'all gonna roll with me. And if people want to pop up there, we cook out. It's typically real early, so the races will be it'll start in the morning. So I'm a morning person. Get
Me
my
too,
coffee.
yeah.
I'll be
I
up
feel you.
early. Get the grill going. We'll cook some breakfast and park. It's a great view. I really like Smoky Pines. I'm excited because that track is very like spectator friendly.
Yeah.
Like you could really the track is below everybody, so you're kind of like looking from the hill.
down, yeah.
So you could see it from everywhere. Like it's cool as
You
hell.
don't miss any action.
You don't not. I mean, some trees, but
Yeah.
it's right there, right in your face. It's cool. You'll be able to see a lot.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah. No, bro, I appreciate you joining me for this one, man. Like I said, I love to hear about something different. I love to get different creatives in here. I'm always feel fortunate whenever I get different creatives in here because it shows me something new. It helps me to learn something new. And like you told me, you was telling me at the shop, you was like, man, you gotta check this out. Like it's something.
Yeah.
It's something to see.
It's something to see, bro, for
Yeah.
sure. I'm doing it. I think I gotta really lock in with actually doing it because at the end of the day, my mind gotta be right, my body gotta be healthy because I gotta perform and actually ride the bike before I can do all of this because I gotta be available healthy wise. Like I
Right.
can't crash, but I also gotta ride, not be scared, and do my thing. But should be happening. But I'm just happy I know how to ride safe and I'm chilling. I'm not really until race day. Then I'm on and just like
You going full tilt.
Yeah, I'm going full tilt.
Yeah.
I'm going, man. I'm not
But up
holding.
until that point, you ain't.
Yeah, no,
nothing risky.
because you gotta. I'm the best way. You ride slow, you gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
You gotta go fast.
Yeah.
It's hard to ride slow. Swear.
Yeah, now with the and that's the other thing about this whole what you're into with the racing, bro, because you still got to do your day, you got to do your daily life, you got to do your day job.
Yeah.
And on the amateur level, if you don't have those big sponsorships, you got to continue to make that bread to support what you're doing.
Yeah, man. You gotta be healthy to work your regular job. You can't be a goofy. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta be smart, man. But yeah, staying healthy, getting my money, saving it up, and building my bikes. And then I'm pulling up weekends and stuff and midweek motos. So yeah, man, just being healthy, being smart.
It sounds like consistency the key. How
Yeah.
important is track time? Getting that track time, man.
It's important because you got to get that muscle memory. You got to get that arm pump, man. You can't just be like, and the best way to do it is ride. Like I said, you can't lift. You can lift weights, but it just don't replicate.
It don't prepare you for
Yeah,
the actual...
and you're riding for about 15, 20 minutes, just working out. Like you usually lift weights and take a break.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is nonstop,
Continuous.
30 minutes,
Yeah.
like until you get off the track, because you don't turn your bike off until you're done.
Right.
So, yeah.
What kind of stuff do you do to prepare for it outside of riding? Like, what are some things that you could do, like when you're not riding, to prepare for rides?
Just keep light, eat right.
Yeah.
Keep your body light as possible. Check everything on your bike, make sure everything's torqued right. Make sure nothing's broke, bent, make sure your oils is plushed, everything, filters is oiled, everything straight, lined up. And it's make sure it's gas in there for real. And that's it. And yeah, check.
That'd be wild. Pull up to the track with no gas.
Yeah, with no gas, man. And in the middle of nowhere, there ain't no gas. You're done.
Yeah.
Like I'll tell you an interesting thing about all this though. It take one thing to cancel your day.
Right.
You might have everything packed, but you might be missing one thing and it's over.
Have you experienced that?
Nah. I mean, I found out that I need to keep everything in one bag always. Don't never just leave something out, because people's grabbing stuff. I'm with my family, so they might grab something and just throw it, and I'm scrambling. It's time to get to the gate, and you can't hear anything. Like people forget it's 100 bikes and like there's no talking to them once my helmet's on,
right? And
the bikes is running. I can't hear anything nobody's saying. Shout out to Chooch, my uncle, though. He be wearing the earplugs. I don't wear the earplugs because I like to hear what my bike sound like, so I know where I'm at. Like, if it sound funny, I like to hear it. Yeah. And make sure I'm running right. I'm running rich. So
now that's a good point. I never even thought about that, because you probably do hear certain sounds. You're like, that don't sound right. That ain't supposed to sound like that.
That helped me with gearing a lot too. Like my gears. Yeah. I need to know what gear I need to get in. It might be bogging out and you'll feel it, but sometimes you might be going up a hill. I had bogged out at the top of Mount St. Helen at Glen Helen, man. Yeah. We gotta clip a link in there and show. I got it. It's crazy. Yeah, that was scary. At the top of the hill, I was almost overhead. Like this much to go. Bike just shut off.
Probably shook like
bro. But the hardest part was getting the bike back down, because you can't ride it. You gotta roll it. Yeah. You gotta roll it down. Yeah. Just ginormous hill. Like it was so scary.
Once again, you talk about conditioning and stamina.
Conditioning. Right? Yeah, you gotta pick the bike up, start it, and then I had a Kickstarter, so y'all know, man. That bike shot off. It's hard to get it started back up. You on the hillside. Yeah. But shout out to that KX. I got an electric start now.
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
Start that bitch right up and roll down. I had to try to
kickstart. Never again,
man. I mean, I'll do the kickstart for sure, but when it shut off, it ain't fun getting it back on. Yeah.
Hell yeah, no, man. I appreciate you joining me tonight, man.
Yeah, it was cool, bro.
Yeah, definitely had a lot of fun. You're always welcome back. Anytime you got something going on, you want to do some promo, come down here, fuck with us down here at the Bunch of Bull Studio.
Man,
yeah, man. It's Marley State of Mind podcast, the world's dopest podcast. Yeah. We're here every Saturday, bro. What episode is this, Jess? 92,
yeah,
man.
Shout out 92 babies. Bro.
Yeah, man. So yeah, we're here next week. Make sure y'all check out Vision Talks. We do that Friday on the Bunch of Bull Network. We also got the Stash Spot. We do.
We're gonna start the Stash Spot back on. I want to say it's April 18th before the.
Okay. Jesse's in the background. He's checking on the Stash Spot. He said we're coming back April 18th, but he just want to confirm it. Yeah, Friday the 18th. Okay. Yeah, we do it. We have two other podcasts on here. One of them is Stash Spot, where we review the smoke, that good smoke. You know what I mean? We have people send in the smoke and we check it out and give it a rating, 1 to 15.
Shout out y'all in here doing it up.
You know what I mean? Man. Hell
El
yeah.
Tigre in this bitch. Make sure y'all pull up.
Yeah.
April 26th.
Yeah. Pump it.
We look at the Instagram. We're gonna send you all the info.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But until then, man, you know, my name's Marley. Got my man El Tigre with me. We'll be back next week with another special guest for you. But until then, peace.